Hello again. Whether I'm ready or not, here I come. This is a 16 by 20 inch canvas. And I'm doing art therapy today. And what I want to do is something I haven't done for a very long time, which is make a swipe. And I'm going to make a zigzag swipe, hoping that I can actually somehow, yes, make it go equal sides. And I'm going to attempt to use my little spatula, which I just recently noticed that the brush guys had on sale via somebody's suggestion to me after finding them on Amazon. I have one on my Amazon influencer page, but I don't have the whole set. They, for some reason, wouldn't let me have them. So, oh well. That's a nice blue. That's a place to start. I think that I'm going to go all rogue today. I mean, I keep thinking that maybe one of these times I will just leave my zigzags and have done with it at that point. I'm not going to worry about a little blue on that spatula. The reason I straighten out the rows is because I get a lot of paint flowing down the canvas as I use my wet cotton swipe cloth. And it goes to the end, and then I have rather a copious amount. Today's word is copious. I like words. Anybody who's watched me knows I like words. Anyway, so always have a wet, nasty rag handy to wipe off your stuff. And make sure you have something to dry your hands, because it's really hard to get the tops off bottles unless you do. And my timer is set. And I have, okay, let's start in the middle. That way, no matter what comes out, I can fix it. Now, my idea really is to have a variation on a theme, and the theme was half wavy, half straight swipe, which a lot of people thought looked like a party. Me too. I named it Let It Rain. It's on my Fine Art America Pixels.com page. And it looks great as a shower curtain. Ooh, bumps. Okay, so I'm going to try and break out of my norm, and I'm going to probably make some really fugly looking colors, because I find that if I can break out of my norm, the colors I think are fugly make some pretty interesting designs, to tell you the truth. So that's what we're going for. We're going for interesting. I think I like that right there. And I'm going to do it again. Yep, that's not bothering me. I've got some nice red around here somewhere. I occasionally lose track of. That's red-orange. There's the red I want. And we're basically doing rainbow colors again. But you knew that as you watched me. I want some contrast in there. I want some gold. I want some white. I want some black. And I'm thinking very hard about whether I want to use, instead of a black swipe, because I've done the gold one and I've done the white one, I want to do the blue one. Since I just got and made up my first batch of Prussian blue, which I could not find in any liquidous form. I had to buy the tube variety. But as long as you mix it with the GAC 800 to begin with, it's not that hard of a, it's not that much of a task. You just take soft body paint in a tube and make it work for you, no problem. Just mix until you have a nice, smooth consistency. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. I think somewhere here, yes, some nice purple, which is probably a moot point if I'm going to use a dark blue, so we won't do that again. But speaking of blue, come off. We'll make that kind of metallic. Oops, I stopped using my spatula again. Darn. Okay, I have somewhere here, I keep saying that, don't I? Over and over and over again. It's got to be getting really old. I have some beautiful purples. Yep, I'm liking that a lot, actually. Not complaining. I have some lilac, which would work like that funky pink I also have some paint to use up. That looks kind of dark compared to what I had in mind, though. Let's see how that turns out. Ooh, that's pearl. That is a nice purpley pink. I think we need a bunch of that. A bunch. Why not? Oh no, no moths. Go away. You don't want to be here. Be the end of you. Now that purple, that neon purple is really bright when you put it down, but then it's not bright at all when it dries. So I'm kind of thinking maybe add a little bit of white. What do we want here? We want to apologize for stopping using our spatula and using stuff we weren't supposed to. Oh well. Oh well, all over the place. It's a rainbow, what can I say? So, what did I like a lot? I like this a lot. And it has a marble in it. And I think, yes I do, occasionally. I think I'm going to throw some white in there. And some white in there. And some white in there. Yes, I like that. And why do I keep hiding my black on myself? It's not my fault. I could put gold up at the top too. I'm going to do, yes I am, I'm going to do that. I really should just save it, shouldn't I? It'll be okay to save it. You know I'm not going to. What else? Ooh, I didn't use any of this, and I love this. That is Color Shift Turquoise. It's funny how I got so far along not doing what I said I was going to do again. Ha ha. Okay, so I said I was going to do gold up there. And if we're going in that direction, which we may or may not be. Okay, so this is the Prussian blue. This is the color I was going to start with. I am thinking, yes I am, I'm thinking that I want to put that gold down here. And some more up there. And maybe wipe off my spatula. Let's see if I can get that to behave. You know there's going to be runoff. You know there is. I know there is. And I have a lovely... Oh, I want some of that color over the edge. Usually I can just put my rag from the end, and I will, over the edge. Take that gold and knock it off. I'll leave that someplace I can find it. I'm going to take my Prussian blue, which is a very dark color, and I'm thinking less is probably more with this. But you still need quite a bit to swipe usually. This will be a learning experience for me. Here is my wet cotton rag, which is not very wet anymore. I wonder if it should be wetter. You can see I've used it before. I am going to stick it into and let the hem side down into the paint, flatten out, fully saturate, move it back a little bit, tap the end with it, and then I'm going to do the wavy swipe. It now occurs to me there won't be any yellow because blue and yellow make green. But that's beautiful, except for that big bloob in the middle. But as things go along, I'm sure we can find a way to make that go away. Well, I'm pretty sure. So the ends are good. I have a nice amount of paint on my rag, which I'm going to put over here on my edge catcher. And maybe some of it will go down. I don't know what I'm going to do with that bloob, but most generally, if you just touch, wow, that's pretty. That does not need any rivulets blown in it. That doesn't need anything. That's just gorgeous. There is no silicone in any of that. And I did the opposite. I did the swipe and the wave on one end, and I did the straight on the other end. And I think I'm going to see if I can put a few spirals in the bottom. I'm going to torch right now because I want to make sure there are no bubbles in there when I start to work. And I see that we have some beautiful colors down at the bottom, and I want to unearth them so bad. I'm going to wipe off my spatula because there's no point. It's just going to dry on there. Okay, so I want to see what's in here. And that's not the way to do it. This is my medical tubing. This is pretty much the same as a bendy straw. I can see, oh boy. I can see that I have a little naked piece of canvas over there and I don't want it naked. I shouldn't worry about that right now. What I should worry about is putting my glasses on. Perfect. Right where I need them to be. Okay, here goes nothing. I want to tip that back, but it's just, and I'm losing a lot of paint. Obviously, I've gone on level, and I'm going to start, wow, cool pattern we poured off. Hopefully that won't be too shocking. I know there were beautiful bright colors in there, but this is such a sweet piece, honestly. I couldn't possibly complain. Except for I'd like to get some more colors out without ruining the whole continuity of it, but it's so pretty. It doesn't even need spirals, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I had a lot of paint on there, for sure. I'm glad I turned it around from going the other way, because that's dripping off the other way now, and that's good. That's the way I need it to run. We have 5 whole minutes left. That didn't take nearly as long as I expected it to. Remember, if you have a bloob, like I had a bloob right there, just tap things in. They will heal themselves. Unless you're that. I'm not overly familiar with the blue, so maybe I should go kind of easy on my assumptions right now and throw a little more in there so it covers, because I really don't mind how it's covering at the moment, and I don't think we need that many changes. Oh, we have an ant. Goodbye, ant. Oh, he says I'm staying. He says you're making art. I want to be part of it. I probably didn't need the spirals, but I like the spirals, and I'm not the only one. Well, that's pretty cool. It really is, and I threw my tubing down right there, and I know there's more of that red and pink in there, and it's a shame to waste it, but it's so pretty. I guess it's not a waste. Oh, for any who need to know, I am not dragging this tubing, I am blowing through it. I may be waggling it back and forth a little bit. The paint is so thick, most of the lines that I blow in there are going to disappear, and or because it's agitated paint are going to sell up anyway. Oh, that seems like a good idea. Ha ha ha. Let's blow our spirals in. Loving that gold lace. That was a little hit, but it's okay. But it's okay with some color in it too. Not hurting my feelings. Throw a little gold on there. Blow it over. I'd like to Rain-X, but there's no point because it's already the way it would be if it were Rain-X'd. Love it. It's similar to the other one, but not exactly. I can't help it. I know that red's in there, so I want to unbury it. And then it's going to do what it wants anyway. I'm not sure about that yellow being uncovered. So let's just camouflage it a little bit and see what happens. I'm going to hit it one more time with the torch. It's really hot out here, so I would have been better off by far and away if I had just really stuck to my plan of spatula things into place. That way I know there wouldn't have been too much extra paint. But seeming as we had some pretty interesting, beautiful results, nobody's complaining. Not in this part of the neck of the woods. But I do have moisture rolling down my face, so if I do another painting, that's on me. That's just my bad brain cells. Anyway, so there's 1 minute left, and I have the availability if you'd like to contribute to help me continue making videos at Patreon or through a PayPal donation. Both of those icons are on my YouTube header, and the links are, as far as I know, still in my description. And everything and anything is appreciated. I have an Amazon influencer page where you can purchase products at no additional cost to you, and eventually that helps me out a little bit. A little bit comes my way, and that's nice. Very nice, in fact, and I appreciate that. And please pardon me for putting ads on my videos. I didn't really have a choice, but I hope you don't mind too much, and it goes to support the studio too. So if you can't help me, just know you're helping me just by subscribing and watching, and know that I appreciate that. And thank you very much for all the kind words, and thank you everyone who has contributed so far, who keeps me doing this. That is unbelievably appreciated. And we are done. This is Priscilla out. And thank you again, everybody, for subscribing, and thank you for inspiring me. And that's the end. You can hear the timer going off in the background. Have a good one. Priscilla out. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.